Hello, hola, bienvenidos. As you guys can see from the title, today we're doing our makeup rehab for the month of March. How did I do in March? Did I spend any money? Did I use anything up? Or did I even hit pan on anything? Here is the time where my conscience gets to me. I think about the things that I purchased the last month, if I purchased anything, and whether they were worth it for me or not. So I'm going to share with you guys my thought process. I am going to tweak this a little bit because I feel like I need to, even though I wanted to wait till June. But I think I'm going to do it now just because we got 3 more months left and I think I can handle it. So if you're interested, stay tuned. But first, if you're new, Alejandra. I'm Go by Alex. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with an Ash Project pan. If that is something you want to continue to see on your feed, join us and subscribe. And now let's get on with my makeup rehab. Okay, you guys, so we are going to think about the month of March and what it is that I did and didn't do. So you guys know that I had these certain palettes that I wanted. I kept thinking about them, whether I would get them or not. VIB sale is now currently happening as we speak. I do not know. My intentions are not to buy anything, and I'm hoping I didn't buy anything, but obviously I'm a few days early, so I don't know. Obviously, we'll know next month if I did purchase anything or not, because there are still some palettes that I am interested in that I've been wanting for a few months now, even some even longer than that I have yet to even get in my possession. So I'm going to go ahead and explain to you what happened this month. Okay, so what happened? No, I'm kidding. So here we go. You guys, last month, I'm looking at my notes. I was up 37.5 credits in my beauty bank. You guys, I keep adding to my credits and I don't feel like I'm going to use all these. I do not ever see myself purchasing 37 products in 1 month. So I think I'm going to minus myself 20 credits. Honestly, I feel like I started out with too much. I already had told you guys that, and here we are. I will revisit this when I start the second half of the year, but for the first half of the year, I feel like I started with too many credits. Maybe the second half of the year, I do need to start with that many credits, but right now I don't feel the need to. So I am going to bring this down from 37.5 to 17.5. So we're starting out this month with 17.5 credits. I feel that that's a little bit better for me. I feel like that's a little bit more towards my thing. I was getting anxiety over too many credits. How silly is that? So I just wanted to bring it down and let you guys know why. And it does make sense to me. I should have done this from the beginning because the first half of the year, I really don't spend too much. It's the second half where I need to control myself. So how did I do this month? Yes, you guys, I did end up buying some things, but I'm so excited about what it is that I purchased because I've been saying this for a while, so it shouldn't be any surprise to any of you guys. So let me just share with you guys what I got. Okay, so you guys know I've been wanting a specific palette for a long time, but I felt like I couldn't spend the full price of this palette, knowing that I've seen it go on discount, knowing that I've seen it go for a lower amount of price on their actual websites. I couldn't get myself to spend the full amount knowing I can get some sort of discount at some point, but I've been waiting so long for it that I just couldn't hold myself up. So I did end up purchasing the Huda Naughty Nude palette. Finally, you guys. Now let me explain to you what I did because I didn't want to spend the full price on it. So here it is, you guys. It is brand spanking new. I have yet to touch it. It has not been touched, swatched, nothing. Here it is right here. This palette, I actually ended up buying it on Mercari for 30 bucks. $30 brand new, you guys. Now, that's obviously not including the shipping. I think the shipping was like 4 bucks or something that she charged. But I'm so happy that I got this palette for $30. That's even cheaper than what I would have gotten it if I would have bought it on Black Friday or during the holiday season. So for me, that is 100% a steal. I was so excited. And the story behind this palette is I actually had purchased this palette from someone else on Mercari for $3 more. I think it was 35. And she never shipped it. She never shipped it. She told me she was going to ship it. And Mercari, I guess after so many days, if they do not ship it, they just cancel your order. And one morning I wake up and it has been canceled. And it was brand new as well. So I was kind of bummed because I knew it was a brand new palette for a very inexpensive price. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to find somebody who's going to go that same price or cheaper. And sure enough, I did. I found somebody who went lower and it's still brand new. So I'm so happy to have this in my collection. I finally can dip into here. I'll take pictures of her and display her, but I'm so excited I finally have her. I wish I would have gotten this more in the fall time because this is where I feel like this palette is more of a fall vibe for me, but I'm still gonna rock it because I feel like I can get beautiful summer bronzy looks out of this. So, and I was against this palette from the beginning. I didn't want it, but the more I kept seeing it, the more I wanted it, and it's been about a year, you guys. So I feel like this was justified. This purchase was justified. So I am going to deduct myself a point. Now we're down to 16.5 points, which I'm not upset about. The other things that I did purchase, you guys, was this. These are two palettes that I have been wanting since they've released. But again, I did not want to spend an arm and a leg on these, and I was not about to hustle and whatever because I didn't feel like these were like something I was dying over. But I had them in the back of my head, and if I were to find a good deal, I wanted them because I knew I enjoyed this formula, and that is these two palettes right here. These are the Natasha Denona 5-pan palettes that come out with BoxyCharm. This is the Ayana and the Jubilee palette. Now these two, I know some people may not like these, but I think this is a fun spring palette right here. I'm so excited to finally have her. This is really pretty and so unique. I don't own anything like this color story. And then this one I felt like was a really nice, like these represented my fun side, like my fun colorful side, and then my neutral sophisticated side. So I wanted them. And again, I was not going to spend an arm and leg, and every time I would see them, I wanted them as a set. I didn't want to buy one and then the other later on because I didn't want to spend shipping twice on Mercari or Poshmark. I just wanted them to be bundled together or put together in a sale, and then I just pay one shipping fee. And sure enough, I was able to find them. These are both brand new as well. I paid $20, $10 a piece for these. $20 for two Natasha Denona shadows. I couldn't believe it. So I'm so excited I have these in my collection. And these can pop out. So if I want to rearrange them with different ones that I do own, I could do that as well. These are my other two purchases. These I never mentioned to you guys, but these were something. And again, this is about a year old. This is not even anything new. This was not an impulse buy. I've tried to purchase these many times in the past, but it just never worked out. So now I have them. I have them, you guys, and for $10 a piece. I can't believe it. $10 a piece for Natasha Denona. Where else are you going to find that? And these are also brand new. So now I'm deducting myself 2 more points. So now we're down to 14.5 points. All right, guys. So just a fair warning for next month. I'm going to tell you guys that yes, Menagerie is going to release their newest palette. And you guys know that is a brand just like these two. Actually, it's funny because these are all, these two brands plus the ones I'm going to talk to you guys about are on my auto buy, that video I did where it's like all my auto buy palettes or shadows that I love. So I warned you guys, if they were releasing anything, this is what I would do, and this is where my money's going. You know that I'm gonna get on my phone and purchase this palette. I really do want it. I'm crossing my fingers I can get it. We all know how Menagerie releases are. It's really tough to get them, but I'm crossing fingers I do get reception where I'm gonna be at that I can get it. As this video has gone up live, Give Me Glow has already released their palette, their mood palette, I forget what it's called. I am anticipating on purchasing it. I'm hoping I get it. I don't know. Again, this could be a squash and I could very well not get it because of its releasing, but I'm hoping and crossing my fingers I do end up getting this palette. Those are my only 2 purchases I am anticipating on getting that I know for sure I budgeted for. Those 2 palettes I have budgeted for since the month of March. These I got because these were very inexpensive and they fit in my budget because I spent, what, $40 on these 2? On these 3. So for me, that wasn't such a big hit. So I was still able to budget for these two palettes, and that's what I'm budgeting for. I am hoping the Biba palette, the mini Biba palette, comes into my collection sometime if I can towards the end of the month. I may end up getting the Biba palette if I can find it. I'm also looking at it through Mercari or Poshmark. We'll see. If not, I'll just go get it on Natasha Denona's website. Typically, all of my Natasha Denona purchases come from Natasha Denona's website. I really don't get anything from Sephora much anymore. I try to support the brand themselves and just go on their websites because it's cutting out the middleman and they get full price for them. So those are the two definite and the maybe from the Biba palette. But again, there's so many releases in the month of April, you guys. It's hard. It's hard. It is getting harder and harder. And I told you guys, once April, May hits, I'm going to start having a hard time. I saw Dose of Colors releasing 2 new 5-pan palettes that I love, and I own all of them, and those, I love those. Those two are very beautiful, very sultry, but I'm holding myself off until I can get a good deal from those. What else did I see that was getting released? There's so many releases. The Gemini 2 palette, which it's not really something I'm going for, but it's there. The Patrick Ta palette. Oh my God, I wanted the first one, never got it. I still don't own it, and now they're coming out with a second one. So there's a ton, you guys. There's a ton, and I'm trying to hold back. I know the 2 I want to get. If I get any more, we'll see, but I'm just trying to slowly go and pick and choose, because the more palettes I get, the less time I have with them, and the less time that I have to be able to post a video about them. And then I just literally wasted my money because I bought them for them to sit in my drawer. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm just trying to pace myself, So that's where I stand when it comes to future purchases for the month of April. Now I want to share with you guys everything that I have used up or hit pan on. So there might be spoiler alerts here. We'll see. Let's go for the empties, you guys. The first empty was my primer. This is my face primer, the only face primer that I had, and I used it all up. I even tried to scrape as much as I could out of it. So I'm adding myself a point back because I have finished off a product. The other product I have finished off was my Hourglass diffused light powder. Completely finished this off. Look at that, you guys. Beautiful. You guys, these to me are worth the money. Now now they're up to $50. When I first bought these were like $42, $45. So they have gone up in price, but this lasted me about 2.5 years. 2.5 years. So for me, that is actually worth the $50 versus a Charlotte Tilbury powder that only lasts you a few months. So if I want one, I think I wouldn't hold myself back from buying it, knowing that I would use it up and it looks beautiful on the skin. I really do like these. So this is another empty, so I'm adding myself yet another point. I finished a lip product, you guys. This was not in any project pans. I finished this off on my own. This is the Revlon HD Desert. This is rolled up completely. I am done with it, you guys. See, I'll roll it down so you guys can see. I have finished this baby up, completely done it. Full size lip product done. We're adding a third point, or credit, I should say. My fourth item that I finished off was my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer. This has been used since last year, so this is not something I just finished this year. I've been using this for months, starting with last year, and I completely finished this off. There's nothing here. This is just air that it's in here. There's nothing in here. I mean, I squeezed the crap out of this. So we're adding another point, another credit. So this is our fourth credit we're adding back. My Tarte Jelly Glaze Anytime Lip Mask. Loved this product. Loved it to the last bit. I mean, I like bent it and squeezed as much as I could out of it. It was a beautiful, beautiful lip mask. I'm so happy that my friend gave me this, because typically these kind of sample sizes I wouldn't even use myself. I'd give them away too, but I'm happy that I got this one. So yeah, this is a 5th credit going back. And we have also got 2 pans. We have hit a second pan. I did a whole video of palettes that I wanted to hit a pan partner basically for, where they already had pan in the palette, but I wanted them to show another pan in the palette so it just didn't look like one pan in the palette. So I used the Profusion Emeralds in the month of March, and I was able to hit pan on this shade right here. So now not only do I have this pan, I got that pan right there. So that's adding a half point to my bank. See what I mean? And the other one that I hit pan on was this one. This is my Ciate Pretty Fun and Fearless palette. I already had pan in Flirt, and now I have pan in this color called My Tribe. So you guys can see it right there. I don't know if, can you see it? There it is. See that, baby? So right there. And I was able to use this palette a little bit more too, which made me happy. So that's another half point that we're adding to our beauty bank. All right, so we're adding 5 credits for 5 empties and basically 1 credit because it's half a point for these 2 pans. So that's another credit. So we're adding 6 credits back to my beauty bank. So now we are up to 20.5, you guys, 20.5. So this is what I mean by me taking off 20 points. I'm still at 20. So I don't know how much I will be using up in the future. As you guys know, I've told you guys in the summer, I slow it down and my purchases go up. So I'm trying to kind of find a balance between both of them in the summertime. But I do see myself still emptying things out, mascaras, lip products, sample size things that I have. I have quite a few project pans that are allowing me to be able to hit pan or finish products up. So I still will get empties, even if it's just 1 empty or 1 pan a month. That's still 1 or a half credit that I'm always going to be adding into my beauty bank. So I felt the need to get rid of some points because I at least the first half of the year. I hope you guys see where I'm coming from. I'm very happy. This is it. This is all that I got this month. It makes me happy. Next month, you'll know I'm gonna have 2 purchases, maybe more. I don't know. I'm trying to control myself, trying to be good, trying to behave, and just keep my money in my bank, literally, until something comes out. Like these 2 palettes that are coming up, they were literally announced like a week or 2 ago. So it wasn't like I had enough time to save for these. So I'm happy that I kept my money in my bank to be able to fund these and not scramble and say, oh, I can't get them or anything. So that's it, you guys. That's where I'm at. Any tips or tricks, let me know. How are you doing? So far, I think I'm finding a good balance right now. I have a good balance right now. I'm trying to keep this good balance. I've done tremendous with me getting rid of those channels last month that I did unsubscribe. You guys, that has helped me a ton because I don't realize what's on trend and I don't realize what is the newest thing, even though I still kind of need to for the relevancy of my channel, but I'm not being influenced because now I am specifically searching it out so then I can do a video idea on it versus it being in my face and then me watching it and wanting it instead of using it to my advantage and using it for my benefit. You know what I mean? So it's working out for me. It's working out, you guys. So far, so good. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll put my videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Until then, adios.